Rocket League. As we jump down into drop shot, and we've seen all these teams play so far. Any early predictions for you, Lawler?
No, even though Resonant looked pretty strong, I think the difference in team that they're playing might make it a little bit more difficult for them, as damage already going out for Gale. Sounds like I'm like talking about a friend. Gale got the points.
Hey, what's going on, Gale? How you doing today? Doing all right, you know, just dropping some shots. In this first match, 40 seconds in, only a little bit of damage done so far. That ball is at full power. We'll see who gets the damage from that one. A lot trying to drop it down. And there it is. Wow. Some gates already open at the back. Look at that. That is a beautiful spot for that too, because you can utilize that backboard to bounce some shots in as well.
All right, now all they need to do is focus on that back wall, as you mentioned, but still pulling some damage, spreading it out pretty well, as you see them spreading out even in their play style. But a beautiful play by Magnus, the way that he pinched that in the ground, just securing that damage immediately.
Gonna roll up there a lot by himself, and he is actually going to give up another gate. Only a couple prime tiles on the side of Gale. Oh, now there's going to be a lot more as they try to head the other way. They have a couple gates open right now. Resonant has to watch out. They can give up an early goal here, set themselves in a rough spot to build some more percentage before Gale gives up a single goal.
Fortunate though there for Pashy.
Oh, beautiful touch from Mets. That's going to open up almost an even-sized gate there. Very clutch save from Pashy. A lot Magnus now trying to creep up. It's going to be Mets instead. Now both sides with Gaze. Full power again on that ball. Pashy just takes control of it, sends it right to the other side. Ooh, but it does touch the ground, and that booming noise indicates that there was a lot of damage done. If Resonant is keeping up to force here against Gale, and both these sides are just falling apart.
So much damage coming out. One of those things too, I made the mistake of actually saying that it was an octagon, but it's actually a hexagon, and the way that these guys are passing, you saw Pashy have it punish him earlier. He hit it against that wall really hard, and it actually played directly back towards his own side, which gave the pressure over to Resonant.
Oh man, Gale, you cannot be giving up anything like that. That is a rough situation. No one was there to receive a maximum power ball. And the Gale Forest eSports side of the floor is looking a little bit rough. Mets was barely able to keep that one out of there. That might drop a lot. Does save that one away. Can't really do anything too much with it. Oh no, but both Shazette and Pashy are up for that one. Leaving an open shot there for a lot. Shazette does get to that one in time. Sends it right the other way, almost sniping that half hex.
Oh my goodness, the amount of space that they have to choose, it's not gonna matter. As Mets gets the 50-50 and knocks that one in.
That was super close to just dropping in there and then getting saved. It does manage to drop its way in, but both of these floors were a little roughed up right now. And honestly, Gale Forest has every chance to be able to even this one up, even off of a kickoff. Look at that floor.
Right, this is a chance more so for Resonant. If they can get just any damage whatsoever on the side of Gale Force, it's going to help them carry over and maintain that lead. Because anything's better than nothing. That's a great way to start it out. As
maximum damage. Look at that shot. That's so smart to just flatten your car on top of it. Build damage, and look at that already. Gale Force giving up some prime tiles as they have yet to get a ball in that gate on the other side, and they're down a point at this point. Resonant, all they can really do is just keep getting themselves ahead. Ooh, even rougher spot now though for Resonant, but they still have managed to not let a single go by Gale Force.
Well, fantastic follow-up by Mets. Able to follow that, push it back to the outside as it hits the middle field. A soft little touch is going to prime even more tiles on the side, as Violent Panda puts a pretty decent shot, but immediately returned by Magnus.
Gale Force, you need to start putting some balls in these gates. Otherwise, you ain't going to win this one. A minute 23 left. They're still looking rough to find themselves a goal, as Resonant already opened up another gate, already a point up on that game number 1 out of a series of 5, a best of 5, as drop shot seems to be going in the favor of Resonant so far. Maximum power ball here. This drops a lot, does manage to keep that one. Will be sent the other way. Up to Pashy. He tries to put it in the far side. Panda just gets blocked out by one of the defenders from Resonant, and that's going to drop. Look at that floor. The abyss below looking ominous. As Shazette barely keeps that out. Pashy should be able to score this one. No. Gale Forest does get rejected once again. Resonant keeping themselves alive, and finally a shot down by Panda, but their floor is not in their favor.
The big difference about pro play in this situation is 9 touches before that ball hit the ground. It's so easy to see that many tiles get primed up and then just punished. But now you look at the difference, all that damage still on the sides of the Gale Force. This is what we were talking about, carrying that momentum. And Resonant now has the ability to score very easily, but well played by Mocket. Or wow, there it is. We did it for the first time. Not only are they not Mocket, they're not Pocket anymore. They're Gale Force.
You were way off on that one.
I pulled like, you know, you always get like that one big blunder per week. Timesed it like by 2. It was like a stage 3.
The nostalgia factor kicking in, but there it is. Magnus sending it to absolutely nobody. With 14 seconds left, Gale Force did manage to get a couple gates open there, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
No, with 14 seconds left, they did have a couple tiles prime, but we've seen it on kickoffs before. A good pinch can shoot that directly down with a stage 2 prime. They have a chance. Don't count them out just yet.
You're absolutely right. With 10 seconds left, they do have a chance.
Oh, there it is!
Oh, we literally just ducked. They had 2 gates open. Do we think we can do it? No. They did it.
I can't believe that went in. For them to tie it up with 8 seconds left.
You're literally just staring at your screen in disbelief. 8 seconds left and they tie it up. Gale Force is like, we are not to be outdone. And this is a fairly even match now. All you can hope to do is build percent. Going into overtime here, he's likely not to open up any more gates. And there it is. Oh, wow. That is going to open gates. That touched it. Oh my goodness. Gale Force sets himself in the right spot. Pashy trying to get that off the kickoff. It sends to the other side instead. Now Resonant probably shaking in their boots in a rough spot. As Gale Force turned this one around quickly against all odds. It looked like Resonant from the beginning of the game had this one in control.
Now, the biggest difference I've seen from when we play is these guys don't really go for demos. I think it's just they realize how much boost they have to commit to it.
That's true. And we usually play 1v1s, and they're good.
Yeah, there's that. But still, demos are so rewarding because if you do get that out, that's one guy who's completely out. You have the ability to spread the field better, plus his boost gets reset. Not completely.
Oh my goodness, look at this floor right now. Gale Force eSports working some magic on this side of the field. And I honestly want to say this is over for Resonant. I don't know if they can pull this one back. But I mean, there is the chance, but look at those gates.
Well, they finally just got their first amount of damage on those tiles. As every touch seems to be followed up by Gale.
And there it is.
Put it in.
Panda coming in clutch for his team. Not sure it was 3, but it was definitely 2 for his team. As Gale Force takes the win on this one, turning it around into an overtime. Resonant looked like they were coming out the gate strong, and then Gale just turns this one around.
I mean, that's the beauty of Drop Shot in itself, is even though they were up by a pretty convincing lead, and they built up a pretty good lead as well, all it took was one gate. They utilized the option that they had open with those 8 seconds left, tied it up, and then completely packed it on when it hit overtime. I mean, they held them to no damage for a solid 25 seconds.
And it was a hat trick for Violent Panda. He found every goal for his team, turning this one around. I honestly thought it was Resonant, and now I'm really scared of Gale Force. If they're going to be able to turn a series around like that in the face of adversity and just come through strong and win in an overtime, that's a scary opponent. But not to be counted out yet is Resonant, because we have yet another game mode. We're going to drop down into Rumble, one of the craziest, wackiest game modes we have in Rocket League.
Yeah, it's crazy, because as soon as these guys start to get that momentum on one map, we change it up on them yet again. Going into Rumble, though, we've seen Gale Force look pretty comfortable on Rumble power-ups.
Yeah, I mean, all of them really have been if they've gotten to this point, but I really want to see how they play their first games back into a ranked match. Because I feel like this is going to mess up all these pros so much. They're going to need a lot of practice after this, because you're right. We are testing them. Game mode to game mode to game mode. And the next one after this is going to be voted. I think we know where it's going, but it's all about you guys. So
I'm scared
it's been all
for
over the
everybody
place.
For that moment.
We've seen so many different types of game modes for the mutators plus the different maps. I mean, we have 5 different mutator settings, or mutator choices that you guys could have been choosing from. And then, in addition, there's a bunch of different maps. So this has been a test to the pros hugely. Right now, Gale Force sits in this one against Resonant, looking to go into the grand final, setting 1 point up in this best of 5. Jumping down into Rundle, they all have power-ups now. We're going to see what pops out, and there's Panda with a plunger, looking to be a 4th goal for his team. Not quite. Pashy off the crossbar, a little bit of a miss there. And the other way, can Magnus get a power hit? No. no counterattack for them.
A lot was actually on defense waiting for that hit. He had spikes, but decided not to go for it. He's going to save it for this time. But now the triple just gets stopped. He's trying to go for a flick, and he passes it back inside. But it's no match for Shazette and his power clear.
Instead, Shazette with a smart power clear off his own backboard there. Maybe not enough. This ain't no pinball. Can Pashy do anything more with that? No, he is just stuck. He's going to spin on the floor. Do the worm as he tries to get out of his field. Not quite into the net, though. Shazette trying to block up an attack here from Resonant. The frozen ball. Shazette manages to barely reach that one. Still a rough spot. He'll clear it with the haymaker instead. They're waiting patiently for their new power-ups to come up, but they are still stuck on defense. And there is a Spice. Will this third one be useful? He's going the wrong way as he heads out of the play now. A lot is going to be disrupted. Set out of the play as well. Magnus bumped. A chance now for Shazette. Hit that one out, but I think booted. Will give up possession. Still 0-0 right now. Panda gets booted out of the way as Metz tries to throw one in. Blot now being dribbled across the field, giving Shazette a bit of a clear field off the roof, pulling out the squishy muffins. A shot on net, just blocked out by Magnus.
I don't know if you saw that, but one of the guys had the swapper, so he just jumps up and flies towards the corner and then swaps with him. And you like cut to a different camel. Cut to a different camera.
There are no camels in this game mode.
You sure?
Not, well, I guess not entirely, but I'm fairly certain.
Okay.
Magnus, the magnet. This is a scary spot for Pashy. How do you save this? How do you save it? You don't! Magnus, the magnet god, pulls it through against Pashy.
What was he doing? He just jumps and just starts... Wait, whoa!
Well, that was so smart, actually.
He jumped and landed on the ball and then like front flipped off of it.
He hit the ball away from him, knowing it would come back to throw Pashy off, thinking the shot was going to the far side.
That was super cool.
That was super smart. Great shot from Magnus, sending themselves into the lead now. Only one goal, though, as we approach the halfway mark. Gale Force eSports have to pull it back, and we know after watching that drop shot match that they can. We'll see if that comes soon. They're going to wait long here.
What a play from Magnus.
That was smart. They don't know you have that.
No, the way he goes up, he sees it frozen, takes his time, actually hits it, unlike most people. And then even though they think it's all light, uses that haymaker immediately after, and the placement as well, catching this Gale Force team off guard.
You're right. It just destroys the defense. They think no shot's coming. They set up differently, and all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. In their face, and a second goal now, 2.5 minutes into this one. I love making that noise. Gale Force eSports still 2 points behind now. 1 point behind now.
The ball being frozen, just throwing everybody off. Just like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna hit that. Neither mind. But Panda's like, all right, I got it. Now that it's normal again.
Panda getting that 4th goal for his team. Only 4 scored. They're gonna need 6 if they want to pull themselves into the lead against Resonant right now. Gale Force looks for a play here, a normie goal. They can't find it. Panda whiffs on that one. Pashy up for a second one. Now the power-ups will be out. Disruptor on Magnus, but he did have a grappling hook to keep himself in the play. That's out of the play now. A lot by himself. He'll have no one there to support him. Will be a chance for Pashy to move out. Over the net, a plunger. A little bit wide. Panda will take it away with an air dribble. I'm sure something will happen here. A swap as Panda heads back into his own end. Actually worked out for him. Magnus, the power clear. Down to the other end. 2 defenders, though, for Gale Force. As that ball comes into their own end.
Magnus doing a really good job as well with that power hitter. Making sure to save it as long as possible, just so he had more time with it as well.
Ooh, spikes. This could be a goal here. Now he loses it too quickly, but a ground pinch to a teammate. Pashy tries to come in with the magnet. A swap there. Magnus might have a chance to set up for a teammate. Shazette quickly recovers. That can be disorienting, but finds himself saving that ball in possession and sending it back down the other way. Panda will be able to play with a disruptor. Goes for a demo instead. Now Shazette to throw off the defense a lot, doing anything desperately he can with a haymaker that almost works. Panda having to rush back to get that one out of the way.
No
Oh my goodness! Off the crossbar. Almost getting that rocket in.
A violent Panda, that would have been nuts to play it and then hit it immediately after, just barely missing out, but a plunger coming from too high of an angle, so it drops down hard and bounces over.
Metz going for a ride there with the grapple hook. Sends it back to his own end, a lot with the power clear. Contest up in the air, double tap by Metz. Maybe not intentional, but he's stuck in the air with a boot as Shazette also gets booted. A chance now for Matt to put on target of a plunger. Seals that one away, keeps it at midfield. 25 seconds left now for Gale Force to be able to pull back at least one goal to bring it into an overtime. We know they've done that clutch before. We'll see if they can do it now in Rumble instead. They are on the attack. Panda with a death touch, double death touch. There's going to be one defender left. Shazette with the magnet. That might be it, but it gets punched away by Metz. A clutch save from him. He knew what he was doing, and with 4 seconds left, the frozen ball. Panda will wait for a dribble, but stolen away is a lot, and that's going to be it. Resonant taking game number 2 against Gale Force eSports.
Yeah, Resonant doing a much better job this time, holding on those last couple seconds, savoring those power-ups, making sure whatever they can do to hold off. Another close game between these two teams.
Right, absolutely close. And honestly, I feel like the rest of the series is going to go this way. I think we're going to see our Game 5, as we've seen a few already in EU. These guys like to give us some entertaining Rocket League. I'm sure you guys are loving it, and I'm hoping you're going to love this next pick because, well, grab your twigs, put on your skates, lace them up. We're heading down to the ice rink.
Oh, no. I don't know. I don't think you guys realize what you've done.
I'll try to keep it tame. We'll do our darndest. We're heading down to Snow Day. This will be a puck instead. I don't think we've seen this one today. We did see it yesterday.
I don't think so. All I know is my favorite thing about this map is it's on Snowy Utopia usually, or no, Coliseum. Snowy Coliseum, right? Yeah.
Something like that. There's a lot of snow on the field. No ice, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's cool because like when they drive and stuff, like it leaves tracks in the snow and stuff. It's really cool.
I really like that. You can draw pictures.
It is nice.
You did that to me once in a little match. Very BM of you. But we're gonna head down.
Yeah, it's because you wouldn't score, so I figured why not draw in the snow? I mean, at least do something.
Well, here we go. These guys are all laced up and ready to get her done. It's puck time, boys. Lawler, pull out your Northern. Help me out on this one.
Just gonna send it.
Just gonna send it. Right off the bat, right up the wall there. Magnus gonna take this one off the roof. A little chip above the net. Nice little save there from the Tendy. Still no shots on net, really. Won't get any power shots. There's a nice little saucer over top of one of the defenders. Shazette with a center right there in the slot. Pashy with a clapper down low in the fiber. And there she is, the first goal.
Fantastic play coming out. Even though a lot made a mistake here, he hit that. And normally there's a little bit of a bounce on the ball, but we're playing with a puck, as you said. So it comes down, plays in the center, and then immediately returned.
Already off the bat, some hustle on that first ball there. Or that's not a ball anymore, that's a puck. Gale Force getting that first goal. See if they can get another one. A nice little dunk. Sends that one the other way. Not much aggression yet. We usually see that near the end when a team's down. Getting a Tilly at the end. Drop the gloves.
For everybody who's also confused, what's a Tilly?
A Tilly, a little scuffle, you know. Kerfuffle on the ice.
I mean, this wasn't too bad of an idea. It's pretty funny.
Shazette now with the possession. Will dangle around a lot. Can he get it past Magnus, though? A nice little center into the slot once again. Pashy there for his teammate. These guys are driving the offense pretty hard there. Good back check there by Shazette as that sends back down in their own end. Magnus trying to get control. No possession really in their hands. Pashy right up the side. Magnus, good defense. Rotation strong on their side. See if they can get that one driven down the other side of the ice right now. Saved by a lot. Minute 30 in so far. Only one goal scored. Gale Force eSports holding on to the lead. See if they can keep that one. Nice.
What was that pinch? No way! Oh, what a save by Pashy.
Almost a boomer down the other end there into their own net. Pinches don't really happen in hockey, so I don't even have terminology for that one.
Well, that puck was going fast, just not fast enough.
Going right fast, just not fast enough. 3 minutes left in this one. Pashy out for a rip by himself there in the corner. See if he can center that one. Waiting back at the midline. Panda, you can see them slow a bit here. There's going to be one. The Tendy Mets not able to stop that one. A little clip off the tip of the stick, and it drops right in.
No way, bud. What are you doing? You need to get that Uda there. Violet Panda able to secure a goal.
I don't even say it that way. It's not even oot, man.
Yeah, it is. When you clear the ball, oot. I hear it all the time.
Out and about in a boat.
Yes.
Out and about in a boat. Out and about on the ice right now. Gale Force takes a 2-0 lead.
Don't you know?
As Resonant tries to pull back a couple sinkers of their own. Not able to get a single biscuit in the net yet. Gale Force.
Why are we talking about food now?
Stuck on the... That's a puck. It's a biscuit.
No, it's a puck. You just said it.
Or a biscuit. You don't want to eat that one, though. Galvanized rubber doesn't taste too good. Metsinaris, a back pass to a lot.
What a pass play!
There's a beautiful pass play. Look at that one. Finding each other, connecting with the pass at the hash marks. Incredible play.
Fantastic one-touch pass play coming out from Resonant. Putting them back within one, just seeing his opponent and playing it around him, inside to his teammate, and then into the goal. Fantastic.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it's good. I like that play. 1 goal down now, though. Resonant trying to pull it back, and oh, buddy. Gale Force just takes it right back.
Benefit of being on snow days, that puck hugs the wall. Panda just comes in flying, puts a slapper on him, and it doesn't matter. His teammate not able to be there because, I mean, too fast, man. He doesn't even need to be there.
Too fast for you. I like you're getting into it now. This is now going to be the RLCS.
I'm pretty much live in South Canada, so.
That is true. You are Lower Canada. Well, we'll see.
I'm not proud of it.
If any of these guys can pull out their inner Canadians now as they drive down the other field. Full force forward. Here we go, Pashy. First block, second block. Can't
Nice
make it past the 2-man midfield. Very, again, as I said, non-aggressive gameplay here. Not super physical, but that might be what Resonant needs. Drop the gloves. Shot a couple scuffs down in the corner. Like a Pashy with the grind. No one there to center it to, though. Pushed out from the slot, down the other end. Magnus up on the wall. Clear for himself. He's got no one with him. He'll have to take this one himself. Never mind, there's Mets out of the corner. No pass to him. Pashy setting up the other end. 1 minute left, coming down to the final mark here. See if we end up in a shootout. Likely not. It's not in this game mode. As
that'd actually be really cool.
I would love a shootout.
We're at, like, you go into overtime or overtime in your case.
Overtime.
And you have one-on-one, and it just, like, who does the best out of 5. That'd be so cool.
Oh, Pashy. Little deke right there in the corner. Couldn't get out to Panda. He was ready at the hash. Couldn't quite get one on the net. Defense too strong as they head that back down the other way. Metsinaris off the corner. No offensive plays. Set up themselves. They drive a little weak. While they're up there, there's a pass out to Magnus. Good little touch. Stopped out by the defense. Tendi playing strong right now. Holding his crease pretty solidly there. Mats with the, Pashy trying to go for the dangle. Stopped out by a defender. 11 seconds left. 2 goals up. Gale Force eSports looks to be holding on to this one. Just giving her a straight rip and win. 3-1. The drop down, and that's going to be it for Gale Force eSports.
Really well played. Very aggressive in their play style. Started going for those hip checks, as we saw later in the game, because they were up. But now we can officially be done with whatever that was. I hope.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Of course you are.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I said we were done with it.
No, that's just me, man. I'm sorry. Gale Force eSports taking that one away. Oh, now I'm stuck in it.
Please stop.
Uh-oh, what have you done? We need to get on to the next match.
Thank you.
As Gale Force takes that one 2-1. My mouth is still stuck in Canadian.
It's
help
not
me.
good. It's not.
Help me.
Help me.
Help everyone.
Help us. Help you. Help them.
Twitch chat doesn't ever help us. They put that on all of us, and they're going to put this next one on us as well.
Where are we going? Do you know?
No.
Oh.
Some strange place.
Okay.
Far off land.
All right. Because we don't know where we're going. That's kind of scary. Lead the way.
I actually forgot what the score was, to be honest.
2-1?
Oh,
3-1?
yeah, that's what I thought.
Or in the series, or are you talking about the last game? Last game
in the
says right in
series.
front of you. It's 3-1.
I was just so into it, I forgot everything.
Yeah, it's 2-1. Gale Force is up by 1 in their series. 2-1, Gale Force.
Cool. Now I have an official confirmation on where we're going. The donut. I hope you're hungry.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's like Pashy's special. They said last season that he liked to, from the previous game, come through and demo, like, because you can go through the goal. So, like, rotate back onto defense and stuff, but...
Yeah, but they're not hungry yet. They need to have their coffee first. Just got back from Timmy's.
I thought you said you were going to stop.
I actually really want some now.
I'm sure you do.
Nice little ice cap.
Yep.
Canadian maple. That'd be good. That'd go down pretty good right
You're
now.
the worst kind of people.
I am all the people, and I'm the worst of them all.
I have to be on the receiving end of this?
Yeah. So we're going to get a reset here as a player just couldn't join in. But when they do join in, what are they to expect with this map?
So the biggest thing is the ball, no matter how you hit it, it hugs the wall really, really hard. A lot of people will then try to cut across the field and hit it so it pinches towards the middle of the field. We saw it actually yesterday. There was a really cool goal, I think by Atelier, where it was passed inside and then someone met it in the middle and shot it from their side to the middle and then middle into the other person's goal and kind of like a triangle.
Yes.
It was really, really good.
Yeah, being able to transition from defense to offense instantly, being able to pass that right over the center field line is incredible. Like, going from offense to defense is fast, and defense to offense is fast because you have that underpass. You can instantly transition from one position to the next. Plus, as you just said before, the passing plays can transition you as well. So this map is just quick. Everything's quick, and if you're not on your toes and watching as a team, you could quickly find yourselves in a very rough spot and giving up and conceding a lot of goals.
Well, the benefit, too, is you can play super aggressive because if you do catch yourself being, quote-unquote, overcommitted, you're not really overcommitted in this map. You just go through their net and you're back on defense.
And that was it there. You almost saw Magnus getting that play started up instantly over that midfield there. But it did clip a bit of the side. Now let's try again from midfield, but look at that. You see all three attacking, and like, where's the rest of the team? Oh, they've already gone through that underpass and made their way back to defense. And there's Metz, already on offense, a pass to a lot. He'll be out of position, but wins at 50-50. Fortunately, Panda was there to receive that. Shazette trying to get that to the other side, clips that corner again in the middle. But they do go to offense, and again, look how quickly the transition back the other way is. A lot has a chance to put that instantly on offense, but so does Shazette as he sets that back down into the Resonant end. A lot with a flick back. Nice touch, but Panda will put it back the other way. That's Magnus.
You may notice that obviously the 100 boosts are kind of spread out, but as a convenience, they do put one off the little ramp in the middle. You start to see a lot of these guys transition that way. Pashy trying to make a save, but luckily he's got Violent Panda back up. Shot on net. And Gale Force squeaking away.
Yeah, almost able to pull off it was Resonant almost able to pull off a goal there. Just stuck in the corner. We're able to ground that one out to the middle. Stopped out by the defense of Gale Force. They're sitting up 2-1 in the series. If you haven't noticed, this is a match point for them to be able to bring themselves into the grand finals. We'll see if Resonant can bring this to game number 5. I have every bit of faith that they can. At the same time, Gale Force not to be forgotten. They are sitting up in the series. Metz off the backboard a lot. Will rotate back to defense if he doesn't clip the corner anymore. Magnus being that sole attacker, trying to get the ball out of the cabbage there to get it to the center. Oh, I did it again. I reverted back. Metz Norris to a lot.
The cabbage?
Yeah, it's like the rough area.
You guys just like to eat food a lot, probably.
I love food.
I mean, you're a snacker, though. You don't really, like, have meals. It's kind of weird, so maybe that's why. I don't know.
Just Timmy's Coffees and Timbits.
Sure. We'll go with that.
3 minutes left in this one. Still scoreless. As Ablot tries to get a play up. See how quickly it transitions from offense to defense, and both teams doing a very good job of both. That's exactly why we're scoreless, but that's why I said if one team slips at all and doesn't pay attention, you'll find those goals start to pile up. There could be a first one, though, off the corner, and we see Resonant spending a lot of time in that area, finally connecting with the back of the net.
Right, despite being able to transition quite a bit, this Gale team kept it on their side for a little bit too long as the rest of Resonant approached, and then eventually Metz able to capitalize on the mistake of not clearing it out, as it is difficult. Those on the goals and back, the way that it angles, it just kind of hugs your goal pretty easily. Need to clear it out and far, and hopefully with a team play, but the pressure yet again coming in from Resonant as they try to get their second goal here halfway through this match. Match point as well for Gale Force.
Resonant, though, sitting up 1-0. Give them their energy if you want to see them push through to game number 5. They just have to hold off to a lead here, and with as low scoring as it's been, they may be able to just hold on to that 1-goal lead hold off Gale Force eSports.
Well, if you don't feel like giving them their energy, you know, you can cheer at them.
That is very true. Who do we cheer for?
A lot and Pashy are your favorites, but oh, just missing out a lot. Not able to follow that one up. Smile Panda goes up high and clears that back down, but Mets immediately meeting it. And now we start to see some pinball action. We're changing it. It's no longer pinball.
Official statement of the Waller.
Yes.
Shogun
agreed.
Yes,
Shogun agreed.
Oh,
so
you two agreed.
Yeah,
so now it's official?
Yeah, we got both sides. You know, we got NA and EU backing it. It's fine.
That's exactly how it works. Democracy in the RLCS. Too bad you forgot to tell the rest of us to vote. Thanks a lot. A minute 20 left.
Did it on purpose.
Resident still holding on that 1-goal lead. They might be able to bring us to game 5 if they can hold on to this one, and we'll see another game of Rumble. But will Gale Force be able to turn it around? Not sure.
Well, minute left, still plenty of time. As you see Pashy cut across the middle, pick up that middle boost. As he is the last one back, clears it. But Resonant doing a pretty good job. Unfortunately for them, that touch goes across the other side of the donut.
Oh, this is a rough spot now for Rez. Pashy tried to take advantage of that. He saw the chance that they had, knowing that someone was out of the play there, but wasn't able to get to it in time. Chazette to send that one flying back down into the Rez side with 38 seconds left.
What was that touch from Chazette?
I don't know, but it worked.
Did a 180 and then, I don't know, it was weird.
Ooh, that's the wrong way, Panda. Sends it back to his own net. Pashy grabbing the midfield. Chazette already through the underpass. Send that right back down to midfield. Magnus to greet with that one. There's Mets just going for some boost steals as he rotates all the way back to defense and back onto offense. Pashy, Chazette trying to break out. They can't. Mets, Magnus being really strong at that midfield, stopping any kind of play from breaking out. A chance for a lot. Send it to the far side. That's going to be another sinker as that one drops in. Resonant now sending up 2 goals to nothing on Gale Force eSports.
You actually saw Gale Force trying to try some different things where they were on offense and they would actually play it back to their own net because there was someone rotating through the goal and then play it immediately back with those touches. But unfortunately, spending too much time on defense in this match as they try to transition to get one for consolation. But this ball, as soon as it touches the ground, we are going on to game number 5 where we go back to Rumble and a chance to increase that prize pool from a minimum of $1,250 up to $2,500, doubling it. It's a lot of money.
That is very true. That is a lot of money. And Resonant's looking to grab that as they give themselves a game number 5. Gale Force looking to hold on to that. Both teams at match point right now. And as you said, we do drop down into another game of Rumble. And both these teams doing a really good job last time we saw them on Rumble. And I'm excited to see it again because it's pure utter chaos.
Well, as of right now, they've traded a game back and forth every single time, but the first Rumble match did go to Resonant, so we'll see if they can do that again. But as you stated, it was pretty close.
But if the back and forth continues, it will go to Gale Force as they just lost that last one there on Retro Utopia. Very low scoring. Both teams knew how to utilize that map, doing a very good job of it, using the underpass, making sure to transition from their offense to defense very quickly. But that doesn't exist in this. No. Everything else exists in this.
Pretty much,
like literally everything else.
I mean, everything? Everything. That's a lot of things, man. It's like,
there's a lot of things.
It's like
Rumble,
all of it.
A lot of power-ups. They come after 10 seconds, join into this match, and I honestly don't know which way to call this one.
No. I think both teams have shown that they can win, obviously, hence it being even in the series. Obvious things. But Gale Force seems to do a little bit better with the power-ups in the aspect of, like, the way they utilize them. Despite Resonant winning, there was a couple like cheeky goals that went in, so, I mean, who knows?
Well, we're going to find out game number 5 now. Gale Force eSports versus Resonant eSports. As we sit, this best of 5. Heading on to the grand finals, this is a semi-match. One of these teams will be able to go on and a lot with a quick early goal. No power-ups. We call that a normie.
Yep, get a normie right before it goes off. You see Mets come out of nowhere off that wall with a subtle flick, hits the underside of his car and pops it back up. Completely catches Violet Panda off guard. And then the follow-up a lot, able to take a shot inside.
Then off the kickoff, we now have 10 more seconds for a team to get a normie goal.
20 seconds till power-ups. I'm so upset.
I'm a little upset as well. Gale Force eSports, will they be able to get a normie themselves, or will another one drop in for Resonant? Power-ups on the field, and there they go.
What a
swap,
back pass.
disruptor, swap. Another disruptor, I think. There's another disruptor. Utter chaos just ensues as soon as they get that button. ready to press.
Well, we started a little bit slow with those power-ups, so now everybody wants to go fast, but Chazette gonna take that one out of the air and snipe it.
Chazette doesn't need to go fast. He just needs to flow. Look at that, stealing it out of the air with the spikes over the defenders. Magnus, you ain't doing nothing. And they tie this one up.
Fantastic play from Chazette, recognizing the way to change his car's position in the air, and then actually kind of like going his tippy toes and carried over the top. Ballerina move.
1-1 now. 4:18 left. A lot looking for another normie. Not going to get it before the power-ups come out. Chazette, the other end, Pashy waiting back, knowing something could happen. There's the power hit from Magnus. Smart play from Pashy. Tries to trap this one. Gets a pass over to Panda. There's a lot with a grab. Barely driving along the ground. Got stuck under his front wheels. Ooh, Chazette now with another aerial coming in. A good save from Metz as he makes that magnet away. A boot from Panda onto Metz. Does nothing with that one, though. He'll be out of the play. Pashy just buying some time for his teammates. A haymaker almost going in the wrong spot, though. That came out from Resonant. Panda won the 50-50, and it's headed straight for the net, a little bit wide. A lot up the wall by himself. What's he going to do? He's going to boot Pashy out of the way. Can't get by Chazette, though, as he grapples that one up into the air. Oh, my goodness, a plunger. That one into a smart play, a little bit different than what we usually see.
Oh, no.
That's a bad thing to do. Panda.
Oh, he can't. It's stuck.
If he had his wheels on the ground, that was likely a goal, but another spike coming out right now. Metz also does nothing with it. A lot of these teams getting good at stopping out any of these spikes, and that's probably what you want to do as a team. Knowing your opponents might have spikes, always save something to be able to stop them.
Right. Rather it's safe than sorry. And you tend to see that so far to EU compared to NA, because NA just goes all for it. This EU squad just tends to be a little bit more defensive. They think about the what ifs, like worst case scenario, but it doesn't matter as Magnus is gonna fly through the air.
You can't cover every what if. Magnus saying what if this, and does it. Gets it past the magnet, pulling him a little bit out of the way, but the air roll too strong.
I'm actually surprised because when he landed with that, he had a pretty good amount of force hitting that ground, and usually the spikes will actually detach from the ball when you hit it too hard, even against their own ground. But luckily for him, he's able to hold on not only to the ball, but also as the magnet was pulling him.
2.5 minutes left. Resonant sitting up. We saw them win the first one in Rumble. Will they be able to win the second one? Pashy going to disrupt some defense with that tornado. A lot with a power hit. Look at Magnus gets thrown into the play there, as I forget who it was, came off the roof, setting him completely out of the play. That'll turn Metz and Magnus now the other way. Disruptor almost giving a little bit extra power there onto the shot there from a lot. As it goes back to midfield, Magnus, a chip up, a power hit from Chazette. Will be a hard clear, but goes a little bit low. Magnus will be able to clean that one up. Power fist. Metz gets taken out of the play. Pass from Pashy to Panda. Off the backboard, no follow-up. Does save by the defender. That's a scary spot, though. Magnus forced into the play as the plunger pulls that one across the goal line.
Fantastic save, though, as it was well read, but a lot has the magnet trying to get through, but saved by Violent Panda, put back out. These guys doing a really good job keeping it close. But the tornado, as you said, causing disruption before. It's actually going to push that ball in a weird way and slow it down a little bit.
Kind of threw Panda off as well, though, and a miss there from the power shot from Magnus. Metz will have to try to clean it up, but it gets frozen as well.
What a play from a lot!
And still gets thrown in the net.
Did you see that? That shot comes in, he gets frozen, even though Metz is able to get up. Two people going up to save it. So what does he do? He goes underneath with the tornado and completely changes the direction.
I think it elevated enough to put it into one of the defenders, actually, and they hit it in, but all because of the tornado. 3-1 lead now with 1:17 left. Is Resonant going to be able to pull off this win? Or is Gale Force finally going to be able to take a Rumble match? They're going to try right now. There it is, the normie. A beautiful play, actually, coming out from Gale Force.
And I think this is their strongest advantage, too, is within those 10 seconds, a quick kickoff goal and a good pass. They've got some of the better players in the air. Violent Panda and Pashy working well together, but you can't forget about Chazette either.
Yeah, Chazette's super strong as he gets that pass out to Panda. Panda is the one to put it in the net. Panda's been one of the main goal scorers for Gale Force during mid-season at Mayhem. With a minute left, they have 1 goal left. A little bit more comfortable, and I mean, it is Rumble. I'm not sure how comfortable it really can be, truly, as anything can happen. Magnus with a lot on offense.
Well, Pashy is sitting there with spikes, playing patient, but that patience is going to punish them as Mets and the rest of the boys on Resonant come in and apply some aggression to get a goal.
Although there were power-ups in the field, they didn't need any. Resonant once again sets themselves ahead with a 2-goal lead with a beautiful passing play. All 3 people getting involved. The trifecta. Now we have 40 seconds left for Gale Force to be able to bring this one back. Panda trying for a normie, stopped out by the defenders of Resonant. Mets will back off for boost there as he did get the first save. Power-ups in play. Panda with the spikes. Can he do it? Oh no! Just past the goal line. Can't sink that one in. They still sit with 2 goals to put into the net if they want to be able to bring this one into an overtime. 15 seconds left now. And
so much for Pashy trying to get that.
Yeah, all Resonant has to do right now is buy some time, and that's exactly what they're doing. A boot to the face, whatever that is, and they're going to be able to take away a win on this and move on to the grand finals. Resonant pulling that one away from Gale Force eSports, and I'm sad my prediction's wrong.
Not surprised.
Hey.
I mean, yep.
You're a rude dude.
That's why you're play-by-play. Got you.
You're a rude dude.
I try. But even though the series was going back and forth, Resonant able to clutch out both the Rumble maps and get a win. Fantastic plays from them. And as well as towards the end of the game, they pretty much just had a counter for everything. They didn't care what they were using for power-ups. It was just a matter of as soon as someone touched the ball, they also were going to click the button.
Get in the way of the ball. No, you're absolutely right, and that's all they had to do at the end. You didn't need to utilize any offensive strategies with your power-ups. Just stop the offense from your opponents by getting in the way.
Right.
It didn't matter what it was, and there was a lot of whatever it was going on, but that's going to be at Resonant moving on to the Grands. I'll tell you more about that one, though,